friends, welcome back. So today I'm bringing you guys another video, and finally, really, because it's been I think 2 weeks since I've uploaded, but you know, it's been a rough month. I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses, I'm just saying when you work 45 hours a week, it's a little bit hard to film. I do just want to address a couple of things before we get started. First thing I want to address is that I did get a new light. It's not a ring light, it's really not the same as what I had before, but it is a light and it works. I mean, let me know what you guys think, because I've never used this kind of a light before. It's kind of just like a square light that just goes right on top of the camera. I used to use obviously a ring light, and I just feel like this is just so much easier for me. So let me know if you guys like the way that that light looks. Second thing is, of course, you hear the AC in the background. There's really not any getting around that. It is 23 trillion degrees right now, and just getting my foundation on was the struggle of a lifetime, because you guys know if it's a million degrees outside, you don't want to be putting foundation on, especially full coverage matte foundation. So it's a little rough, but I am gonna trump through this for you guys. Third thing, I am wearing clothes. It's an off the shoulder top. It's kind of hard to see, but I am wearing clothes. Just I don't want anybody to think I'm doing this first impressions butt naked, because I'm not, and I don't know anybody who would really. And final disclaimer, my nails look like trash. They don't even look like trash. My nails are trash, but I am gonna do them right after I finish filming this right here. So you'll see me with nice nails, not in the next clip, because in the next clip I'm applying the foundation, but in the clip after that, when I'm checking in, you guys will see me with nice nails, hopefully, if I actually do it. Anyways, that's it for the disclaimers. I don't know why I have like 29 million disclaimers, but I just had some things that I want to let you guys know, or you let me know. You like the lighting, you like my disgusting nails, you know, just like let me know. Anyways, today we are doing a review on the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. This foundation is available anywhere that Urban Decay is available, so it's available at Ulta, Sephora, Macy's, Urban Decay's website. I think those are all the places, but any other places will of course be linked down below. It does go for $40 for 1 ounce, which for a foundation is kind of a lot. Usually foundations go for maybe like, I want to say like $27, maybe to like the $35 range for 1 ounce, but Urban Decay is a high-end brand, or a more high-end brand. It's not like Dior, but it's higher up there, so I guess it kind of is shown in the price. They have 24 shades. This shade range is probably one of the best shade ranges that I've ever seen. I think there was 2 different shades that I found that matched me. I was originally going to go with the color 9.0 because that one is just a little bit deeper than this one, but it does have a really pink undertone to it, so I decided to go with 8.75. They both would have looked fine, but I just really prefer the golden undertone. They have for every single skin tone, every single undertone, anything you could think of. I am positive that they will have the color for you. I think they did a really good job on the shade ranges, because a lot of times kind of the really pale people and the really deep people are kind of left out with foundations, and I'm really glad that Urban Decay did not do that. Before we jump into the first impressions, I just want to tell you guys a little bit about my skin. I do have not sensitive skin at all. My skin is like, my skin will take anything, but I do have really oily skin. It likes to just eat up foundation, and it's kind of disgusting. So that's why I was like really drawn to this foundation. That's all that I have to say before I jump into the first impressions. So without any further ado, if you guys want to see my first impressions on the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation, then please just keep on watching. So I have not even taken the foundation out of anything, so hold on, let's just pull her out. This is what it looks like when you get it. This is the packaging. On the cover it just says Urban Decay All Nighter Liquid Foundation, full coverage, long wear, matte finish, waterproof, oil free. And then I'm just going to read to you what it says on the back, which I can only assume is exactly what it says on the website when you go to purchase it. So it says, the ultimate foundation for a flawless looking complexion. This waterproof formula provides complete coverage that lasts all day or all night, with a modern matte finish that never looks overdone. Achieve a blown out effect you never thought possible for skin that looks amazing and stays that way. Perfect for all night affairs and other scandalous activities. This revolutionary formula is also comfortable enough to wear every day. We loaded this full coverage foundation, it's like a lot of words, but we loaded this full coverage foundation with such an insane amount of pigment that a little goes a long way, and there's no need to too many words for me to actually read this correctly. And there's no need to build your coverage or apply multiple layers. Light diffusing pigments blur flaws for beautifully perfected skin, while high-tech ingredients mattify and absorb oil to reduce the appearance of shine. Choose from a wide range of meticulously calibrated shades for your most perfected complexion. Shake well, then buff on with one of our Urban Decay Pro foundation brushes. So lots and lots of words, but basically this is just saying it's a matte finish, extreme amount of coverage, and that it's supposed to last all day or night. My shade is 8.75. You probably can't see that. This is what the bottle looks like when you take it out. Honestly, I don't even care if I like this foundation or not. I would rebuy this just for this bottle. This is so sleek, and just like it looks really like, kind of reminds me of Spider-Man. Anybody else? Like, it kind of, it does, right? Am I alone on that? Maybe. So because this is a matte finish, I am gonna go in with something that's not really mattifying at all. Something a little bit more hydrating. The Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Face Primer. You guys already know what it is. I love that. And today would honestly be the best test if the foundation doesn't matter or not, because it's 10 billion degrees outside. 10 billion. I can't really pull my hair back because it is still wet. So if I pull it back, it'll just like dry with that indentation in there. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. So unfortunately, we're just gonna have to live with it. It's so hot. I cannot bring myself to do anything to it. Like anything. Okay. I'm also gonna go in with the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Primer, just in the T-zone so it blurs my pores. This is one of my favorite primers, but you guys already know that. I've loved this primer for probably, I want to say, a year and a half at this point. So I'm gonna pump the foundation on the back of my hand. I don't know, just like an hour later. Oh, it's there. Okay, I did 2 pumps. I'm going to dot it on my face like you guys see me do every single time I do my foundation. Okay, so this is where we are right now, looking like we have some interesting chicken pox. I'm just gonna grab the rest off of my hand because I never wipe my hand, I always forget. And with the damn beauty blender, oh god, I'm just gonna, it'd be helpful if I could show you what I'm doing right now. I'm just gonna pounce this right off the bat. Can you guys see that coverage? That is some coverage. That is like real, like I think I used a lot. This is really full coverage, it's not a joke. And this color is a little bit darker than my face, but I feel like it matches my neck perfectly. I hope that's coming across on camera. Thank you. So basically this is what it looks like after one layer. I don't think I would ever do another layer. This is a really intense full coverage. This is probably the most coverage in a foundation that I own. I would have to say it is. I can't think. The Kat Von D has really good coverage, but I think this coverage is better. The finish is matte. I wouldn't say it's a flat matte at all. It doesn't look like my face has no moisture to it whatsoever. Like you can tell that my skin is still really healthy. And I would say this looks more like foundation than a lot of my foundations. If that makes sense. It doesn't look super skin-like. It doesn't look super natural. It looks like I am wearing foundation. I don't think it's emphasizing anything on my face. Not that I have much to emphasize, but like right here I do get smile lines. Right there. I always look like I have a mustache there. And I would say I just applied the foundation and I can already kind of see the smile lines, so I guess it is kind of settling into there really quickly. Yeah, no, I already look like I have a foundation mustache. But yeah, other than that, I like it. It is really full coverage, like I said. So if you are somebody who isn't really into really intense coverage foundations, or you like that really natural look, please stay away from this because this is intense. I only did 2 pumps. I will try 1 pump and let you guys know how that is. Follow me on Snapchat. If you're not, I'll probably let you know on there. But this is really good. So I am just gonna go and do the rest of my makeup, but we're gonna start the time from right now because I feel like I always start it after I finish my makeup, and it always takes me an hour plus to finish my makeup, so it kind of just throws things off. So it's 1:55 p.m. right now, if you guys can see that. I don't know, 1:55 p.m. So we're gonna start the timer now. I am gonna come back and let you know how everything wore on my face though, like how the concealer went on, the powder, and everything like that. But the time starts now. See you guys soon. I told you that if I waited until I finished my makeup, it was gonna mess up the whole flow because it is now 2:58, so it took me an entire hour to finish my makeup. I told you guys, you thought I was kidding. But this is what the foundation looks like now that all of my makeup is on, and I have to say, everything went on really nicely on top. I have absolutely no complaints. Nothing came out splotchy, nothing came out weird. It was just, everything went flawlessly on top of the foundation. So far, it's holding up really nicely. Obviously, it's only been an hour. It's not like I've had this extravagant day already. But so far, so good. I don't feel it on my skin. I feel like it feels kind of lightweight on my skin. It's not the lightest foundation, but it doesn't really feel like much is going on my skin, if that makes sense. So I'm really not mad at it. I'm feeling really good about it. I am gonna check in one time throughout the day and then one time at night just to see how the foundation is wearing, if I'm getting oily, if it's breaking up or anything like that. So far it's not doing anything weird, anything that you wouldn't want a foundation to do. It's not really doing that, so I'm feeling really good about it. I will check in with you guys in a couple of hours, but like you'll think it'll be a second. For you it'll be a second, but for me it'll be like hours. So okay guys, so current time is, hold on, my phone is charging. This is a little bit awkward. I probably should have fixed this beforehand. 7:18. So I finished putting on the foundation at 1:55, so I would say it's about almost 5.5 hours since I first applied it. I gotta make sure like you can see me. So far I have to say I am like a little oily. You guys can probably see that just like right above my eyebrow, which is usually the first place that I do get oily. It's just right there. I don't really know why, but besides that, this foundation is wearing really well. I do have my little mustache, foundation mustache going on here, of course, because I always do. There's really no getting around that. But other than that, I would say this is wearing pretty well. It looks like I just applied it besides that one little oily spot. And to be honest, I probably just didn't powder enough on my forehead. I usually do powder only in my T-zone just to set all the concealer that I put down, because you guys know how I feel about concealer. I love it. So I probably just forgot to powder right there. So it's really not a big deal. I don't think the foundation's breaking up at all. Usually right around my nose, like at this, in this general vicinity, is where foundations break up and they look really crazy, and I really don't think it looks crazy at all. I feel like you can't even tell that I've been wearing it for 5.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? I was sweating. I know I was sweating a lot. Even like right here, I sweat so much. I'm just like, around my mustache area is kind of a mess. So I did sweat a lot over here, and you can't tell at all. It's still matte. It still looks brand spanking new. So I am just saying, and I also haven't touched up, which you guys should know by now. I pretty much never touch up. So I would say this checkup in general is it's a pretty positive one. I don't really have anything bad to say about the foundation at this point. I am gonna wear it. Hopefully, it's 7:19, so I'm gonna try to wear it until around midnight. I do have to wake up at 6 a.m. tomorrow, so I'm not promising that, but I'm trying. I'm trying. So I will check in with you guys again before the night is over. How many hours from now that is, I don't know. Hopefully a lot. But yeah, I'll see you guys in 1 second, but really hours. So it is 11:10. I tried my best to keep this on until midnight, but that's just not gonna happen because I need to go to bed. All in all, I think I've kept it on for 9 hours? 2 plus 9, 11. Yeah, about 9 hours. A little bit more than 9 hours. So pretty much like a full day's worth of makeup wear. You guys can kind of see right in my forehead, it's just like a little bit oily. And just like right around my nose, it's like a little oily. I mean, it has been 9 hours. On my chin also, it's a little bit oily. and those are kind of the normal spots for me to get oily. Those are like the first places that I get oily, so it's not really weird that would happen. And I think for 9 hours of wear, this really doesn't look bad. I would continue to wear it like this without touching up, because I mean, it has been 9 hours. So I would say if you have oily skin and you're like struggling to find a foundation that really works and really gives you full coverage and it lasts all day, I would say definitely go with this one. This one is really good. If you have a lot to cover, just that in its own, just having a lot to cover, this will help you, because the coverage is out of this world. I think if you have dry skin, this really, I mean, it did kind of sink into fine lines, but I don't think it stuck to any like dry areas or anything like that. So I don't think that would be an issue if you have dry skin. If you have dry skin that has just like a lot to cover, I think you would still end up liking this. Just use like a more hydrating primer and you should be fine. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you did like it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. Both of those things will be linked down below and at the end of this video. And let me know if you guys are thinking about picking up this foundation. Let me know if you have it, if you like it. And I think that's all I have to say. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. I probably should have talked about this before the powder, because I apply this before the powder, but you know, I don't know. I don't make sense. So this is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I've been using this all month, except for today, obviously. I don't know why it always works out that way. I swear I don't do it on purpose, but